Hey guys, good morning. It's Sonia with Junk Monkey. How are ya? Let's see who's here. Okay, what day of the week is it? It's Thursday, right? Let's see who's hanging out with us this morning. Good morning, Sandy. How are you, my friends? Man, this week is blazing by like crazy, crazy fast, isn't it? We're this much closer to the weekend. So hopefully your morning has been good so far. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Jocelyn. Candy's on here. If you're just joining us, we hang out every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and talk a little bit about business, creative business, growing your business over a cup of coffee, things to be mindful of, things that we can put into practice to help things like our Facebook reach be further. So we can use the free video and the free power of social media to help tell other people about the wonderful businesses that we have, right? So yesterday on here, somebody had asked me, Sonia, if I post a link on Facebook, will it hurt my reach? I'm pretty sure that was pretty much the question. Can you post a link on Facebook and will it hurt my reach? Was it Pam that asked that question? Hey, Shonda, ready to grow. She's ready to grow today. How are you? Good morning, Chris. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Can you post a link on Facebook, number one? And will it hurt your reach? What do you guys think? What has been your experience with that? I'm curious to see what you guys are seeing when you post links on your social media, specifically your Facebook page. Remember that Facebook is a business and Facebook wants to keep people on Facebook. So if you were to think about it from that perspective, what do links do, right? It could be a link to your website. It could be a link to YouTube. Oh my gosh, think about that, Facebook and YouTube. So in the social media world, they're like, head to head, right? Because, they are they're two different businesses. And so you're on the Facebook site, but, it's kind of like the Pepsi and the Coke, right? You're sending people with links to other places. So it could be to go to your website, other people's websites, other people's blogs is what I'm talking about. It could be going to Pinterest. It could be going to videos on YouTube, like I said. It could be going anywhere. So what do you think happens? You think Facebook's gonna like it when you go ahead and you put a link up and you say, go here, when they're already on Facebook's platform? Think about that, right? When you understand the why of, okay, how that might make Facebook feel, what do you think Facebook's going to do? They are going to decline your reach. So I'm curious. I haven't seen any comments pop up. Let's see. Okay, actually, there's Sandy. Thank you. Sandy says, I don't get very much reaction when I do that. And that is true. I was curious to see what you guys are seeing when you do it. Yes, there's something that can help you so that you can see more reach than other people. And I'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, think of it like this. In the Facebook world, Facebook is its own little community, its own little world. Remember, if Facebook was a continent, it would be the biggest continent in the world because there's so many people onto Facebook. It wants to keep people on the continent called Facebook. So if you're sending them somewhere else, it's not going to like that very much, right? In the Facebook world, it ranks, at least this is my best judgment and everything that I've read and studied, is that in the Facebook world, the way it goes from like how it views it from least to greatest or more importance or gives more value to or more reach to, text would be at the bottom, like pure text. All right. Then a link, like it doesn't like links. So it will give more preference to photos. Then it will give more preference to, so we'll go plain text. All right. Is at the bottom. Links right there with it. It gets better when you post a photo. It gets better when you post a video, and your reach gets better again when you go live video. So live video is at the top, right? Live video is king, and the link and the text fall at the bottom, all right? So you are going to get more reach when you choose something that's higher up in Facebook's how it ranks it, right? Oh, very nice. But Sandy says, but I really appreciate all you girls in here that have been sharing and interacting with each other. So you guys are helping each other out and really helping that, right? With the whole social proof thing. Candy says, I tried to link on YouTube and it was shut down. Learned that. Oh, dear. Excuse me. Yeah. You can definitely link, but be careful what you're linking to and how you're linking it. Like, for example, there are things like if you're going to put links on Facebook, There are things that you can do that are called URL shorteners. Have you ever heard of those before? Where what you can do is you can basically hide or mask. It's meant to shorten, because sometimes links can be really, really long. You have to be careful. Sometimes Facebook can go, what exactly are you hiding here? What is this link hiding? So for me, I prefer not to use URL shorteners. That helps if I have to post a link. So I'm posting to my website, junkmonkeypaint.com. I'm not going to shorten it. I'm just going to leave it spelled out just like that. So Facebook doesn't have a guess where it leads to, right? And or even your customer. You should never click on a link. You should never click on a link that's ever been shortened where you can't tell for sure where it's going to go to. So for me, personal best practices is I don't use URL shorteners. I find I keep it obvious and transparent as to where this link goes to if I'm going to use it on Facebook. I'm just trying to think, like when I put a link onto a Facebook page, I don't let it auto-populate. That's not my favorite way. Like sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, and I'll test it and see how Facebook reacts to it. But I'll tell you what what Facebook always reacts to, which can help if you're posting a link in just a second. But for me, a lot of times it's better if I'm going to use a link on Facebook, if I pair it. Remember what I told you? That in the hierarchy of Facebook and how it gives more value to something. What did I say? Text is at the bottom and links, pictures, video, live video, right? So where do you think, if you're going to put a link on Facebook, where is a good place to put that in that chart that I just talked about, right? So instead of just keeping it with text and a link, all right, or letting it auto-populate, and when you put a link into a Facebook post, and if you give it a moment, it will actually pull up the whole the whole post that goes with the description, the picture, whatever it is with the link, the website, all that sort of stuff. Like it populates with a picture and some text and the title and all that good stuff. Well, if you pull up on a post in Facebook and you upload a picture, all right, now let's up it again. If you upload a video, all right, so now you've now got a link, but what you're doing is you're pairing it with something that's got a little bit more power. Then that can help, right? Because now it's working with each other, all right? Do you see what I'm saying? You are using the photo to help it. So for example, yesterday, when I did a collection of 6 shabby flowers, my original art pieces, I linked to my website. So can you link on Facebook? Absolutely. But you go into it knowing that when I link, Facebook now is going, she's taken somebody off of our platform. Hey, we operate here, like people pay us, to put ads on this platform, right? You pay, think about when you pay to play on Facebook and you do any boosted post, or you go into your ads, back end of your ads and create a full ad, you pay money, right? You're paying money for your ad to go on stuff. Well, you need people to stay on Facebook in order for them to see your ads. So what do you think Facebook's going to do? It's going to go, are you helping my people here stay on Facebook? Are you taking them off? Because if you're taking them off, you're going against our entire business setup here. We need people to be on our platform in order to see these ads, because the Sonias, the Mary Ellens, the Debbies, the Sharons, the Rebeccas, they're paying for their ads. So if there's nobody on here, that's not cool, right? So what does Facebook do? It declines your reach. Remember how we talk about in here how you treat people? You train people how you want to be treated, right? What you will and what you won't stand for. And so Facebook, what it does is, you can put that link up, but you know what I'm going to train you to do? Next time you do, you just better know that you ain't going to see a whole lot of reach, sister. All right. So now we're trained to know that. So when we do post a link, like yesterday, when I posted my website onto my page, what did I pair it with? Did I let it auto-populate to the part of my website with my face or with a collection on the website and auto-populate? No, what I did was I paired it with the power of a video the first time and a picture the second time. If you go over to my Facebook, Junk Monkey Paint Company, you'll see what I'm saying. So do you get what I'm saying? You're now using the link, but you're pairing it with something that has a little bit more power than just the text. But you're also going into it knowing, you know how when you're on Facebook, you can see the little reach thermometer that comes up at the bottom. It'll tell you how many people saw this post, right? How many people it reached. If you're paying attention to your thermometer at the bottom, you're going to see that links go way less. So the question is, well, how do I continue to get more reach if I'm using a link? Candy says it's like Facebook has eminent domain. Well, it's their platform, right? And that's a good reminder that when we're on other platforms, like how we were talking about, like like Etsy yesterday. What was I watching yesterday? Okay, you guys were telling me yesterday about a lady, and I did see it a second time yesterday that was on Etsy this week. It's making the rounds on social media. Did you guys see that she was on Etsy, that this was how she made her, I guess she has she has a few kids, and this was her main way to make money. Something happened where Facebook took her page down, or not Facebook, I'm so sorry, where Etsy took her page down. And as a result, now she can't do business anymore, right? And it's really sad, and everybody's talking about it. It's a good reminder that when you are on other platforms like Facebook, like we're talking about today, or Etsy, you don't own that, right? It can be taken away from you any single time, any single day. You could wake up, and it could be a glitch, or it could legitimately be something that you did that you don't even realize that you did because you're overstepping, or that platform sees it as this is not something we're going to support, even if you did it unwillingly, or unknowingly, I should say, unknowingly. It doesn't make a difference, because once it's done, and good luck reaching out to somebody who's going to help you get it back, right? Reaching a live person. Jan says, yes, she has 6 kids and a blind husband, right? So, and then last night, if anybody watches Shane Dawson, who was like one of the original YouTube vloggers, anybody else out there follow him? And I was listening to the video he put out yesterday, and in it, he was interviewing, as part of his vlog, a lady who shared, and she puts bling on stuff, like the crystals on stuff. It's really cool stuff that she does. And she was saying how, and I thought, wow, how ironic that like you hear all this stuff. You ever feel like you hear something, and next thing you know, you hear it everywhere? Well, his guest last night was saying how she started her business on Etsy, and Etsy took her shop down, right? And he was like, well, shame on Etsy. Like, you looked out now, right? You basically lost out, Etsy, right? All the sales that she could have had. So she said she went on to open up her own website, and now she controls it, right? She had to start over from scratch. It can be hard starting from scratch, but sometimes when you know the decision is right for you, or something that you have to do, then it makes sense to do it, right? Sometimes in business, you have to make hard decisions, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's easier to keep going, or you think it's easier, rather than to switch it, like keep on doing what we're doing right now. This is how I know, this is what I always have done, but it's easier to think that way, because it might take work to change it, but it's going to be worth it in the end, right? I'm not sure, Naomi. She says, does anyone know if the Etsy page was reinstated? I have no idea. Jan says she's been with Etsy for 10 years. So it's a good reminder that, when you're on, like we're talking about Facebook today, and, does Facebook have the right to do whatever? Yeah, because it can tell you that, yeah, we don't want you taking people off of our we're a business over here. So don't be directing people who are on our platform off it to other places, right? Otherwise, if you do, we don't look on that with we don't love that, okay? Would you love that, right? Think about you. If you had a store, all right, and you had a business, and people were coming in with placards or big billboards or holding poster boards over their head saying, check out this store right here. Check out this, go down the road and check this out, right? What do you think? How would you take to that? Would you be like, yeah, like, why are you trying to take my traffic out of here? So it protects its own self that way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jan says, yep. Anybody who's truly telling you what you need to, like the truth of the matter is you need to take time to have your own property. You can be on both, until you feel like you need to switch off of one to another, but that is very, very important. So links on Facebook. All right, let me see what we've covered so far that I want to tell you guys. So you pairing up the link with a power source, the picture or the video can help. All right. Not letting the link auto-populate itself, but rather doing that and pairing it up with something that's strong. The other thing I wanted to tell you when you do links is if you're posting, so if I got on my Facebook page today and I posted everything on my Facebook page that came from my website, and all I did was get your black velvet chalky type paint here's my link. All right. get your Lucky Clover chalky style paint here. Here's the link. Bahama Jade is such a popular color. Here's the link. Now, if you were on my Facebook page and all you saw was that, how would it make you feel? Would you be like, I am so over seeing these sales posts, right? I am so over seeing the same thing over and over again. Like, does this girl not post anything else other than what is on her website for sale? So what happens, because you can see links out there and they have like, how do you ever see like a video gone viral and it has a link into it and you're like, no, Sonia told me that links are not good for Facebook reach. All right. But yeah, there's times you got to post a link because you have to, because remember, you're a business owner, right? And you have to do stuff sometimes, but you don't overdo it and you don't overuse it. All right. That's important. So if every single post that I put up is directing to my website, people are going to be like, I'm so tired of seeing this. What happens is they start doing things like hiding, right? They start to hide post. You guys can do that. So if you ever see an ad that shows up constantly and you hide it, and it's gotten to the point where you still love the person, right? You still want to unfollow them, but at the same time, they're posting the same stuff and it's driving you bonkers because you're like, can you like switch up? Like, I can't keep following you if all you're going to tell me is about, I don't know, what you got, what this house that you have for sale or this service that you have, right? You got to change it up. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if you're out there posting, hey, come to my paint parties every single day, 3 times a day, and nobody's coming, well, you got to change up your marketing strategy there, right? That's when you use stuff like live video and different kinds of content, right? To show people what you're doing in different ways. But what happens is Facebook takes a big look at, okay, you've got a link, but imagine if your link is something that gives value or drives value. So you put a link up and, it's not even necessary. It might be a salesy link, but it's something that people want, right? Or maybe it's a link to an article, or maybe it's a link to a video that they have been waiting to hear from you on. Like, they've been waiting to hear you do this, talk about this certain topic, or whatever it is, something that really piques their interest. At the moment that your link has so much value that people are clicking on it, then Facebook will go, oh, okay, this link is keeping people happy. Like, people are liking this. People are giving it hearts. People are commenting on this link, right, in the comment section. So all of a sudden, when you see people start commenting and engaging with a Facebook post that contains a link, all right, to an outside external place, then you can see that reach increase. Have you ever seen that happen with one of yours before, where you posted something and you're like, what? Facebook's telling me it showed it to 3 people? Like, you can see some really weird numbers sometimes at the bottom of your post, right? You're like, what? 3 people? Come on, Facebook. Like, what are you doing? And sometimes it can be glitching. But the moment that it starts to get interaction, right, then that little thermometer, that reach thermometer, starts to increase. So Facebook then goes, okay, I'll give you some leeway. It seems like people are liking on this. Remember, Facebook wants to keep its people happy. And so if you, again, have a post, right, it measures your post different ways. But if you post a post that has a link in it and there's a lot of chatter on the bottom on Facebook and they're having conversations and people within the Facebook community is talking back and forth to each other, then Facebook will loosen up its reins a little bit and you'll see that post do a little bit better because, again, it's got that social proof that's happening, right? People are talking. It gets people talking. It gets people interacting and you've got engagement. So if you have a link that people are liking on, a link can do very well on your page, right? That's how a link can go viral. I saw a page this week and I saw what they were doing. Remember how I say about Facebook knows what you're up to, even though you think that you're getting away and you're being sneaky. And I saw a page this week, and what their strategy was to post a Facebook page. To post a Facebook post without a link. And then the moment that it gets really good traction, right? Like it's going really good without the link, then they go in and they edit it and they drop the link inside of it, right? Well, just be careful when you're doing that because, you can stop great organic reach that's going on because don't you think that Facebook is detecting when that is happening, right? It can stop it in its tracks and it can flag you as, okay, why are you trying to cheat the system here? What are you trying to do, right? So anyway, it's interesting that I saw that this week, but everybody's always trying to get around how do we get around the link thing. What you do is, here's an even better way. So let's say, for example, that I have something going on my website. Instead of just relying on the link to be posted on my Facebook page, what would happen, do you think, if I did a live and I talked about what I've been working on, or showing people what I've been working on, right? If you can fit that into your schedule where you can take time to talk about something that's going on over there. But remember, if you're talking about that in a live video, and a live video is the top, it is the queen, it is the king of Facebook, and you're out there doing live video and you're talking to your audience, it's so much easier for me to sit here using the example, right, of my shabby flowers, and sit here and talk to you guys about them and share them with you, or show you what I'm working on. And then you guys will be like, well, are you selling those? Yeah, absolutely, on my website. You can learn about it versus having to read about it through a link. So this is where you are most smart in using your genius as a marketing person, when you go, okay, I know links don't do its best, right? Don't do the best possible. So if I'm just beating Facebook over the head, my people over the head with the same links over and over again, I'm depleting my Facebook page. Well, how can I get my word out without constantly having to post that link? Okay, well, maybe I can talk about it in a live video. And that is the smartest way to talk about something that you have going on. And yes, you can post a link too, but that's going to be the best way, because at Facebook, that's the best avenue to get the message out to people, right? So using a link in connection with something else and not just relying on the links. There was something I was going to tell you there for a second too. Forget what it was. Maybe it'll come back to me. What if the link is a link to a Facebook page? You can test it and see how it's going. It depends on sometimes the size of the page that you're linking to. For me, as a bigger page, if I link to a smaller page, my reach is actually, my reach goes way, way down. But you can try it and you can test it on your page. Jan says, let's see. Jan says, you're just trying. Yeah, that's how it feels. You're just trying to sell me, but don't get personal with me. It's not giving me all the feels. Yep. That's why people who step out in front of their businesses in 2020 will grow their businesses more than somebody that hides behind a logo. That's why I tell you, put yourself in your header, put yourself on your page. Let your people know who it is that they're going to be dealing with when they buy from you, right? Business is somebody buying. It's a transaction. Somebody's buying something from you, right? So if you truly have a business, show people who you are so they know. And you know what? They're going to know that when they give you their credit card, they're going to know that if there's an issue, you'll take care of them. They know how to reach you. They know that you're there, that you're a live person. And so for all that reason, think about this. There's the people that know you, and there's the people every day that are discovering you that don't know you, right? And they have no idea what your personality is like, or if you're a nice person or anything like that. They're looking at you very skeptical. So what can you do to show them that you are a person that they can do business with, and they can trust you, and it's okay, right? And that you will take care of them, and that you know what you're talking about, and that you are the expert in what you do, and that you got them. You got their back. You'll take care of them. Get out in front of the camera and say that to somebody. I could type it down, right? And that's still not going to be the same as when I show up. Chris says, I had someone share one of my live videos during the live via Google. It got massive reach and comments from me. Good. Very nice. Very, very nice. And Michelle wants to know, when you say you share to Google, explain it, Chris, when you say that during the live via Google. So let's see what Chris has to say. So yeah, so you can use links, but here's the thing. Make sure your page is powered up. Do you remember? That's a great idea. Doing a pin post? Yes. Because you're using the power of live with your link and you have your audience that's right there. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to do, Jan. Absolutely. If you, oh my gosh, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So remember how earlier on we talked about how, in my mind, I view my Facebook page just like the thermometer in the corner when I'm playing the Super Mario video game, or, if you're played any video game where the hearts are in the corner, and if you get hit, or, the opponent, whatever, I don't know, you come in contact with a jellyfish or something happens and you lose that power heart. And when your hearts are all powered down, then end game, right? So basically in the Facebook world, you have to think of it like when you come with a brush with a link, that's like getting a sting from a jellyfish, okay? And Facebook goes, all right. And then, so if you're doing it over and over again, eventually you run out of life force. And this is when you look at your Facebook page, and Facebook pages can be dead and they have to be revived again, okay? And it takes a lot of work to get them back up again, to get that reach up again. So remember, check the life force, check the vitals of your Facebook page by going into your analytics. Remember, we talked about that, and I showed you how my phone, how to get into it using the little lightning rod, that little zigzag. Go in and check yours and see where you're standing. And that's going to tell you right there as well, like, is your reach increasing or declining? Do you need to build your reach some more? Okay. So that way, if your reach is really high and you are doing really, really well, like you're doing all the right things, and Facebook is, the gates are wide open and they're liking what you're doing right now and you're not holding you back. And when you post a link, then that little jellyfish sting is you're not going to fall so far, right? Yes, your reach will decline, but you're not going to keep touching it, right? What you're going to do is you're going to post it and then work on your next few posts of being things that bring it back up, right? Revive it back up. Do not deplete your page to the point where you're doing the same thing. I'll say it again, over and over again, but nothing's happening and you're so frustrated with Facebook. It's because you're not understanding what Facebook is, right? What its ecosystem does and how it operates. Chris says, I didn't share it. Somebody else did. I don't know how they did it. So when you say they shared it via Google, do you mean that, I'm just trying to think. So Google is a search engine. So if you have any details on that, maybe I can help you figure it out. But they shared it from Google, I think she said. Maggie says, I stayed at a B&B years ago. The couple who ran it told me the owner of the building they renovated had just given them 30 days to move out. Oh my gosh. The owner's sister needed a job. Let's see here. Google is your friend. Yes, we use Google as a verb, right? Just Google it. Just Google it. Absolutely. So that is my thoughts on, Chris says it was showing up as a Google share. A Google share. I'm just trying to think what that would be. Something to do with Google Plus, maybe? I'm not sure. So that is my thoughts on links on Facebook. Can you do it? Yep. But just know that when you do, the bigger picture at play so that you can pair it up right, that you cannot overuse it, understand why reach is declined, and understand that when you do, you also have to even it out and make sure. I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk, and he talks about have anybody read any of his books? I think I read one. It was called Jab, Jab, Right Hook. I think that's what it was called. And basically his whole thoughts were to serve, sell. All right. Kind of like jab, jab, right hook. All right. When you're on the, in the sport. So basically you're selling something, but don't forget to serve. So it's what we're talking about here. It's all the same sort of stuff, right? You're selling, but don't forget that your audience is there and you have to make sure that you're giving to them. All right. So yes, you can talk about yourself in one post, but what are you going to do for your audience for the next few posts, right? To balance it all out. Because if it's all about you, WIIFM, remember? People tune into you to see what value you can bring to them. All right. They will listen to you with what you have going on and they will support you, but they don't want to hear, because every single day they don't wake up wanting to buy, right? A person doesn't wake up every single day of the week wanting your stuff, right? What they want is maybe solutions. They want positivity. They want enthusiasm. They want motivation, right? So you have to learn to spread out your content more. You have to learn to be a better content creator so that you're not just being a really, really spammy salesperson, because that is definitely a big turnoff. So does anybody else have any questions about links real quick? If not, I think we're done. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say on links. You are welcome. Sharon says, sunny Miami. Oh my goodness. Yeah, as I look out the window, it's not sunny here, Sharon. And Sharon, I'll be in touch with you today because Sharon scored some of those beautiful shabby flower paintings for her wall. Good deal. You are so welcome, Rebecca. Absolutely, Debbie. Yep, you're welcome, Lisa. So don't be afraid to post a link, but use it sparingly. And like I said, and right now, if you need to build your Facebook page up, don't do links all over the place. Give yourself some time to make it right with Facebook. Build your relationship with Facebook. Put up things that keep it happy versus poking the bear. Okay, don't irritate it. And when you get your page to a good place, then you can do some more links. Okay, or if you do a link, pair it with something that Facebook does like it when you do, so it goes a little bit easier on you. You're welcome. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you over on my other channel, Sonia Miller, a little probably later this evening, and yeah, we'll go from there. Have a wonderful day. Carolyn says, cool and rainy day in Georgia. I think that's what it is outside right now too. Oh my gosh, is that snowflakes? Wait, no, I think that might be small snowflakes. But yesterday it felt like spring. How can you do this to me? Sandy says, I got a Candy and a Sandy back to back here. Sandy says, okay, so for a future topic, she says she wants me to describe watch parties. Absolutely. That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually. That's a really good thing to talk about. Cool. And as always, whatever questions you guys have, so make sure you post them so I can get to them for you. Yay, everybody's saying goodbye. Have a wonderful day. You guys take care. Oh, Sean, it's all revved up for today's auction. What? Are you going to have to find some good stuff today, some goodies? You'll have to post what you find over in Junk Monkey Paint Project so we can all get all like jealous over your good stuff. Spring is in 28 days. Yahoo, that is the best thing I've heard, Candy, in a long time. Spring is in 28 days. Is it really? Man, I got to get my spring body ready. People, we got 28 days. All right, time to lay off the winter cookies. Can't wear sweatshirts in the summer, right? We got to start now. Thank you. Thank you, Candy, for letting me know. Chris says she can't wait. Very nice. Awesome. Yep. So you guys have a terrific day. Make it a good one and do something that moves your business forward today, right? Repair your Facebook relationship if you have to do that, okay? Work on that. Candy says, yep, bathing suit time. Oh, I cannot wait. I was saying last night on my other channel on YouTube here that I can't wait for like the spring, summer weather because I want to get back in my garage and painting again because, I moved up here by Erie. It's freezing out there. And so I chose not to heat it up and pay to heat it this winter. And so everything I did, I worked on like home projects around the house and stuff. But I can't wait to get back out there. When you leave something, you haven't been there for a long time. Like I miss working in that space. I miss having the garage door open, listening to the birds, the sunshine and the heat. So we're that close to coming around to the springtime, right? Spring and summer. So it's almost there. We'll be hanging out painting in the evenings and just painting outside, right? Very cold in West Virginia today. Oh, in the teens tonight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are little tiny baby snowflakes. I'm going to have to check the weather. All right, guys, have fun, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.